Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are looking at a team event in the Champions Esports Series round number 5 of the season here at Mexico City. And you can see straight away on our banker we make a big mistake in sector 3 heading into the hairpin. We locked the rear tires, having to counter steer to save the car, and we lost about half a second there. So we set a 14.6 which should have been a 14.1. We then head on to our second run. We have a pretty clean sector 1 and we get through this part nicely as well, getting a clean exit, and we're nearly a 10th up. But then heading into this next corner we just lose the rear and we go invalid. So we basically have one last run in this session. So heading into turn 1, we're currently down in P12. Unfortunately, we kind of hit turn 2 in a slightly wrong angle, which makes us bounce across it differently. And then we have to cut turn 3 as well, and we back off because I was just not good. And then you can see I let cars on their laps go, but then I noticed a bit too late I actually had to get going to make the line. And as you're about to see, this might be the most near miss we've ever had, but we're not gonna make the line. And we're going to be, basically down in last, in 14th, 15th actually. So we've got it all to do in the race. Let's see how we can do 5 red lights and we are underway. And it is actually a pretty good start. We get past the Red Bull. We then try and pick up Slipstream, where we've got our teammate in front, so I've got to be careful. Don't want to tap him round or get wing damage on him. And you can see we're 3 wide, nearly 4 wide. So I kind of just had to back out and try and find space. There was an incident on the left, which I could gain loads of positions, but we get an illegal overtake. And unfortunately, I decided to keep the position. I don't know, there was some hope something would happen about it. But yeah, I pretty much just picked up the 10 seconds. Not ideal. I thought maybe, you know, it's the guy that spawned further back, but in hindsight, he's only 2 cars back. So I could have definitely let him go. And then we head towards the end of lap 1. We've got the other Red Bull, or the Red Bull that re-overtook us, trying to defend. I'm not trying to go for it yet here, but he's just so slow, goes off track as well. So I'm going to go up the inside and try and get that move done. We out-traction him on the exit of the corner, and we're eventually able to get the move done. As we then try and go for a lunge on the Williams heading into turn 3, he goes very wide, and then I was scared by his wheel appearing there, so that's why I went off track. He didn't actually push me off track, therefore I couldn't keep trying to overtake him. And then on lap 4, a very early undercut to serve my 10 seconds and hopefully not lose too much time. The strategy is basically to go for a 2-stop, but this was a pretty early stop because the medium overheats rather quickly. So you can see we serve our 10-second penalty, but yeah, basically the medium overheats after 5 laps, and then it's just a medium hard strategy. The medium is basically useless. So yeah, we stand there for 10 seconds, get our pit stop done, but now we need to do consistent laps. We keep swapping with our teammates. Already lap 18, you can see everyone is pit and they're well in front. We're in 11th, which is okay but not great. But you can see what is about to save us is an incident in sector 3. I think there's a Williams that goes off and we get a safety car. And that is exactly what we needed. We were just before making our second pit stop. You can see we just reached 60% on the medium. But now we've got everything to play for again. We're going to be back in the train at the back of it. But then again, we don't have a time penalty. We don't have wing damage. So let's see how well we can recover. Let's head to the safety car restart, as we're gonna pit of course for a fresh set, so as well as everyone else in front pretty much. So everyone's got similar tires. It's gonna be a 16 lap dash to the finish line. The kick in front of us actually does have a used set. I think he's been on those hards for about 5 laps, but let's see how we do then. So McLaren at the front, who's leading us away. And we get a pretty good, we have pretty good reaction time here, trying to get past the kick. Although I quickly notice he's willing to drain his entire battery down the straight. Therefore, I just back off, wait a few corners, and I see he goes wide here. So I take that opportunity to set up a switchback, and he just has so little grip. I just decide to send it up the inside, leave him the space, but we get the traction as he's on his used tires, and that is us up into P11. We're then going to go 2 laps later, trying to go for a move on the Williams. We're going to force him to go defensive, and then we're going to launch it around the outside, side by side to turn 1 and turn 2, and then we leave him a bit of space on turn 3, but we were basically ahead. So we get another position up to P10. We go 12 laps to go here. We've now got a Haas in front of us who pretty much waves us through, doesn't make it difficult, doesn't even try and stick it around the outside. So thanks to him for that. Up to 9th place now with 12 more laps to go. Now the next overtake was tricky, as you're about to see. RSC Rayon in front of us. I go for a lunge as I believe he was empty on battery. And then here, I try and go around the outside. He just pushes us off pretty much. Try to keep the fight going, get a warning which I could get removed. But he pushes off again. I just don't know why people do this. He nearly got us gapped as well, so I had to stick back behind and let him do the work and claw us back in. Then we have to evade him on the straight. Bit of lag, not really his fault. Then I just send it around the outside, but some contact here really unsettles my car, so I've got to stick in behind again, and then one last time. I know he's out of battery now, so this is where we're about to gain loads on the straight, and I need to get this move done now. So I brake very late. You can see getting all the way to the limit of the track, cover off the switchback, bit of a drift, maybe the tap from him, but eventually around the outside. This time he does leave space and we get the move done, and now we've got a 1.6 second gap in front, which we were able to close, and nothing happened until then. We caught up, not much happened, but you can see the Red Bull makes a mistake which puts us right on the back of him, the dirty air catching us out. But now we're going to drain and try and catch him. We're going to make him go defensive. We brake super late, but he brakes even later, and you can see we're just sliding around. I'm going to go up the inside. He goes defensive very late, but we're already on the inside. Tiny wheel to wheel contact here. We're going to be on the outside for the last corner of the last sector of the last lap of the race, and around the outside we actually get the traction and we're able to pull it off, and because of time penalties we actually finish in 5th place. So we gained 7 positions from the safety car restart, and since many people consider overtaking being nearly impossible on this game, I felt like some of those moves were pretty sweet to say the least. Gabor wins ahead of both TF10 cars. Decent recovery from P15 to P5. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, from me, it's take care and goodbye.